When we think of medieval cuisine, we often imagine grand banquets with roasted boars, golden goblets of wine, and trenchers of bread so stale they could double as weapons. But let's not forget the unsung heroes of the medieval diet: junk food. Yes, long before the invention of the drive-thru and neon-lit fast food joints, our ancestors were indulging in their own versions of greasy, questionable, and downright bizarre snacks. Because who needs a balanced diet when you've got a trencher full of mystery meat and a side of societal collapse? Let's start with the medieval equivalent of the hot dog, the meat pie. These handheld delights were the fast food of the 12th century, perfect for a peasant on the go or a knight in shining armor who needed a quick bite between jousts. The filling? Who knows? It could be beef, pork, or, if you were really lucky, pigeon. And by lucky, I mean unlucky, because hygiene standards were about as high as the average serf's life expectancy. Spoiled meat? No problem. Just add some spices to mask the flavor and call it gourmet. After all, nothing says fine dining like a pie that might give you food poisoning. Then there were the medieval donuts, known as fritters. These deep-fried balls of dough were the sugary delight of the age, often filled with fruit, cheese, or, if you were feeling adventurous, eel. Yes, eel. Because nothing satisfies a sweet tooth like a deep-fried sea creature. Fritters were the ultimate junk food, cheap, greasy, and guaranteed to make you feel terrible about yourself after eating 12 in a row. They were the medieval equivalent of eating a box of donuts in your car at 2 a.m. Except instead of shame, you'd probably just die of the plague. And let's not forget the medieval version of the energy drink, ale. That's right, folks, in the Middle Ages, everyone, men, women, children, even babies, drank ale like it was water. And for good reason. Water was often contaminated with enough bacteria to make a modern microbiologist faint. Ale, on the other hand, was brewed and therefore safe. Sure, it might give you a beer belly and a raging hangover, but at least you wouldn't die of dysentery. Probably. Plus, it paired perfectly with a greasy meat pie or a questionable fritter. Truly, the medieval diet was the original seafood diet. Seafood, eat it and hope you don't die. Of course, no discussion of medieval junk food would be complete without mentioning the ultimate peasant snack, bread. But not just any bread, black bread. This dense, gritty loaf was made from the cheapest grains available and often contained more sawdust than flour. It was so hard that it could double as a building material, and eating it was basically the medieval version of CrossFit. But hey, at least it was filling. And if you were really lucky, you might find a surprise ingredient in your bread, like a rock or a piece of straw. Who needs a fortune cookie when you've got a loaf that could crack your teeth? In conclusion, medieval junk food was a testament to human ingenuity and our unrelenting desire to eat things that are terrible for us. From mystery meat pies to eel-filled fritters, our ancestors knew how to indulge in the finest culinary atrocities. So the next time you're scarfing down a greasy burger or a bucket of fried chicken, take a moment to thank the medieval peasants who paved the way for your unhealthy habits. After all, they may not have had Netflix or indoor plumbing, but they sure knew how to party with a side of food poisoning. Cheers! Or as they would say in the Middle Ages, pass the ale and pray for my soul.